Hey everyone, it's me Socrates again. It's so great to be back. I hope that you're all having a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend with your family and friends. And as you all know, I've been very busy myself, but it's a happy time indeed. It's finally the holidays, so I'm finally here to make this awesome video for you all. So as you know, I've been very busy lately. I'm a full-time worker. I go to grad school part-time, and I'm trying to balance my youth group at my church every weekend. So throughout the past months, a lot of people have been asking me a lot of stuff like, how's grad school? How do you balance it? How's it going? So I just want to do a little Q&A to really answer all those questions for y'all, for your curiosity and satisfaction. So for grad school, I'm going to San Jose State University in civil engineering. It's a 10-class program, taking 2 classes per semester, part-time student, so it's going to be 5 semesters, 2.5 years to finish this whole program. And I graduated with my bachelor's in civil engineering, same school as well. FYI though, it's my first semester in the grad program, so I feel like to answer some of these questions, I have to really be in the middle of the program, maybe after 2 or 3 semesters in to really, give you a better answer. But I'll answer these questions for what I have so far for my first semester. Question number 1. Why are you going to grad school? So this is a really good question. There's multiple answers for this one. First would be that it's been one of my childhood long life dreams to get a master's degree in my life for something, whatever major. I've always wanted a master's degree. In elementary school, we had a slogan saying, "We will go to college." And then, as a kid, little first grader, I don't know what that is. And so I was like, what do you do in college? They're like, well, you can get a bachelor's degree, master's degree, like a PhD, whatever. I'm like, ooh, a master's degree, yeah. So, to a first grade kid, hearing master's degree, yeah, that's where it's at. Another reason why I went back was because my professors encouraged it. During my last semester of undergrad, I kind of lost sight of my original childhood dream of going, getting a master's degree. And, at that time, I was like, I'm too tired to go to school, I'm so done, I need a break from school, I don't need a master's, whatever, So when I talked to my professors, just telling them like, hey, I'm about to leave the school, peace out, they asked me like, are you coming back? And then I was like, no, I'm done. And then they're like, no, Socrates, just go back for master's. What's going to happen in the future is that you're going to work and be like, whoa, I'm making so much money. And then you get older and you're going to lose a lot of energy. And then at that point, you're too tired to go back to school. And then I was like, I didn't know what to do, And then my professor was like, okay, how about this? Just think about it, Socrates. Think about it for a bit and then, make a decision. And then I was like, okay. So, I thought about it for throughout the week, it's 3 days. And then after that, I was like, screw it, I'm going back. My professor's right, do it before I get too old and, lose all my energy. And it doesn't hurt to have. If you really think about it, having a master's degree doesn't even hurt you at all. It's good to have, even though it's an extra 2.5 years to get, you're grinding it out, you're going to be busy. It's good to have. So I went back to my professor. I'm like, all right, professor, I'm in. I'm going back. He's like, all right, now we're talking. So that's reason number 2. The third reason why I went to grad school is that it's super cheap. San Jose State, you're only paying $3.6K per semester if you're a part-time student. And I get financial aid right now, so that's good. In the end, for this whole 5-semester program, I would only have to pay upwards to only $9,000. And keep in mind, I'm working too, so that's no problem at all. Previous grad students who took this exact same program at the school told me that, oh yeah, the program's super easy. And I was like, easy, cheap, and close by to home? That's a really good deal. Sign me up today. So yeah, now we're here back in school. Question number 2. Does it help in your career? I think it depends on the job. For the one I'm at currently, I don't think it helps much in terms of, getting you an instant promotion or getting you an instant raise. No, it doesn't help me in that aspect. But it helps in terms of, you're getting more knowledge about the field you're in. So that's helpful in that respect. But I think for other jobs out there, you might get a raise, you might be able to leverage it to get, a higher salary or something like that. But yeah, again, doesn't really help me in that aspect. Good to have though, it's nice. Question number 3. What are your thoughts about grad school? Is it hard? Is it easy? To answer this question in a nutshell, I would say the whole program's okay. If you are currently working or have experienced, what work is in the field, then grad school will be easier. If you have never worked before, never seen what it's like in the industry, whether it's internship or whatever, you might have a difficult time in school. To go into more detail about it, the expectation for grad students is that, you're already working, you've been exposed to some of the lecture content that they teach you. So a lot of the times when professors explain their real life examples to the class relating to the class lecture, if you've been working, you're going to instantly understand what they're getting at. If you've never worked before, you're going to be like, I don't get what you're saying, even with the real life examples. So I recommend, if anybody's going to grad school, definitely have prior work experience going in. If not, be working at the same time while you're doing school. For the assignments for grad school, it's slightly different as compared to undergrad. Again, I'm only 2 classes in, so that's all I know about, but for my 2 classes, we have group projects, and our assignments are based on, group projects being due every few weeks, not due every single week. Another thing that I think made grad school a bit harder is that I had to accept that everyone is busy as hell. Excuse my language, but it's true. Again, grad students, most of them are working right now. They have jobs. They have to get ready the next day to, work early in the morning. And, everyone's exhausted. These are night classes we're going to. We don't have all the time in the world to study and do assignments. And a lot of times we have to push our homework assignments to the weekends to actually, work on it. And, same thing for me. Like, before when I entered grad school, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do homework every single day. 3 weeks in, when things were getting harder, more assignments were coming in, it's getting more complicated, I was like, oh shoot, I'm exhausted from work, I have to push everything to the weekends. It took me a while to adjust to that change that I didn't really prepare for, but as of today, I think I got used to it. Do homework over the weekends, and then over the weekdays, just focus on, waking up early for work and getting through the week. Lectures overall are just standard. Like if you've been to undergrad, then it's just like any other undergrad lecture. You just sit in class, professor talks, you sit there like falling asleep or something. No, yeah, it's like any other lecture, standard, nothing surprising. In terms of enrolling into grad school, I recommend to work first, and then after some time working, to then go to school, instead of right after you get your undergrad to go straight for grad school off the bat. Because again, work first to get the knowledge so that the grad school content will be easier to understand. And that's what people in the industry and my professors even recommended to me too, work first and then come back later. In the end, it's really up to you. If you feel that you're ready to go right after undergrad to go for grad school, then go for it. If you want to work first, then that's fine too. Question number 4, how do you balance grad school and everything else in your life? I don't. Thanks everybody for watching this video, and this is me, Socrates fam. Until next time, kidding. To answer this question, I would say that it's more about shifting gears where you need to and when you need to. For example, at my church group, we celebrate our yearly anniversary, and that's in November. And when that time comes, we're extremely busy, there's more things to do. And because the church group is important to me, I shifted gears and put a lot of time to that. And luckily, school wasn't too busy at the time, and I was trying to manage getting my assignments in on time, despite the fact that I just piled on more load for my church group at the same time. So it's whatever is important to you at that time, you'll make time for it, even though if it means that you're going to be busier, that you will find a way to get through it. I would say that's kind of like impossible to just off the bat say that, okay, my schedule is going to be 10% extracurriculars, 70% school, and then, like whatever percent is left is like to have fun, whatever. You can't have that proportion equal, from start to finish all the way through. It's going to change throughout time because, some things pick up more than the others, and, some things are important to you. Whatever, you get the point. So pretty much you just have to adapt to the situation. Exercise is really important to me, so I try to fit that into my schedule. For the first 3 weeks, I try to exercise every single day. Like after class I would, play some volleyball or something. But then I had to kind of like give up exercising on a school night because it's just, those are like 18-hour days. I can't, it's too tiring. So my time that I had to exercise now is the days that I don't go to school, and over the weekends as well. I try to exercise when I can, but when times get really busy, I have to like not exercise for that day, so it is what it is. So the next question you're probably going to ask now is, how's your social life, given that you have all these things going on in your life? There's that general saying that if you go to grad school, say goodbye to your social life. Somewhat not fully true. But in general, your social life, if it was here, it's gonna decrease a bit just because you're simply busier. I go out less often, but does that mean that I have no social life? Am I dissatisfied with that? No, I'm still satisfied. I'm still happy where I'm at. It's just something I have to accept. It is what it is, you know, you're busier. But then it made me realize that time is really precious, especially being very busy now, that whatever free time I have left, I want to use it wisely. Whether it's just relaxing at home to recharge, spending time with family and friends. And yeah, I just want to make sure that I use my time wisely. And for me, to all of you, living the life does not always mean going out a lot, you know, going to like clubs or, you know, partying every single week. Even though I'm super busy with school, I think to really live the life is to make the most out of your time on things that matter to you. Like, even though I only go out probably once a month to hang out with friends, those times that I do spend, even though it's very little, it's very quality time, and I'm really happy that I got to spend time with them. They're important to me, and I feel satisfied. Quality over quantity. At the end of the day, I'm a super busy guy now, even busier now with school. I signed up for this. I accept my fate. It's gonna be a really hard journey for me, but I believe in myself 100%, and I know that in the end, everything will be okay. So I just gotta grind out the next 2.5 years, and I'll see you all at the finish line. Your boy Sock is still a happy guy. So yeah, I hope that these answers help you out if you're wondering about going to grad school yourself, or maybe just wondering what life is like once you finish, you know, your undergrad and tackle on the real world. But whatever the case is, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. And if you have any more questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. And thanks everybody for watching. This is me, Socrates. Until next time.